We're going to start out with a very old-time favorite, the Zug Bug nymph.
Well, Zug Bug, very simple little pattern, works in both lakes and in streams. You can weighted or unweighted. For the tail material, we'll use the peacock sword. I'll rib it with an oval silver tinsel. Now, you can also use flat, but I prefer the oval. The body material will be from the peacock stem itself, not from the eye section, but just from the regular herl. The wing case will be a mallard breast feather, and I'll use the standard 6/0 thread.
So what hook have we got in there?
Right now I have a 2X long, size 10.
But they tie this fly in a wide range of sizes, don't they?
From 8 to 18.
Yeah.
I've seen it listed that way several times. I'll come back to the bend of the hook, and then we'll take 4 or 5 sections, 3 or 4 sections of this peacock sword, just depending on the size hook you're tying of how many of the swords you want in.
That sword's nice material.
It is.
It's got a good effect to it and a shimmery
good color.
Of course, any fly with peacock in, I think, is a good fly.
Hard to beat.
It's got that
multiple color
gloss and the multiple colors. And,
I'll just get these as even as I can. I don't want it tied in real long.
You know, I might mention, have you ever tied a fly with using the body of sword feather?
No, I never have.
If you do that, you get kind of a quill with a built-in rib.
Huh.
And try it sometime just for fun on a regular little nymph. Take a long sword and experiment with it a bit, and you get a real nice quill body with a built-in peacock rib. It looks pretty good.
Now, I've tied the rib in. I'm going to go ahead and put just a light coating of this rubber-based cement on it, and we'll spin that peacock herl right into that. And I'll come back here to the back, and I'll take 4 or 5 sections of this peacock. This is not a real long fly, but...
You know, taking multiple sections and then twisting it around the thread is really helpful these days because so many of the peacock herls are so sparse.
Oh, very sparse,
and
yes.
very thin. And this way you can build up a nice piece of peacock chenille or peacock rope. And
much more durable.
You know, in the old days we used to take one herl and wrap it.
I know.
But you just don't do that anymore.
You don't find that kind of herl anymore.
I don't know what's happened to all the peacocks. They've kind of gone downhill, I guess.
Now, also, this fly could be weighted if you desired to do that. Again, we won't do it for sake of time here. Now I'll just start around. Just build a nice, smooth, little flat body. Go back over that one little section. And it does make a very nice looking body. It will give a very good impressionistic of several
different... But, you know, those were pretty lousy herls you used, and see how nice and thick the body is.
Well, it stood up pretty well.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to reverse wrap this oval, or this silver tinsel. Give it just a little bit different appearance. Keep them as close to, as even wrap as you can.
Now, one thing people have to be aware of when they counter wrap with the rib is when you put on the thread in the other direction, it's going to want to loosen up that rib. So you want to keep tension on the rib until it's well bound down before you clip it off.
Now, one thing I left off of this fly, forgot to lay out, was a piece of brown saddle that we'll use for the leg material. So I'll just grab one here and tie it in now. And I'll just take a couple of quick wraps with that.
So people that are taking notes at home, they'll want to add that brown saddle.
Add that brown saddle. I just neglected to lay it out. Then I'll come in and clip this down.
You know, at your age, I suppose the memory is probably the first thing to go, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it's something else, but I forgot. Then we'll use the mallard breast for the wing case. And again, I'll leave this longer than I really want it to be, and that way it'll let me pull it through. This is also trimmed when you get all through with it, get it laid on top. They trim this off flat and short. Now, I have also, for this fly, instead of using the mallard breast like this, I have used white poly yarn. And clipped it off, and it does make a very nice looking. I'll just come in here.
You could even use a light marabou, a little Kuma marabou on a variety of things.
And just clip it off straight.
But this is the original pattern at any rate.
This is the original. Now we'll go ahead and put a small whip on it. Get rid of that thread. And it's ready for some head cement.
And again, we'll say it's just a good searching nymph when you're not trying to represent anything in particular. It's really hard to beat a Zug Bug.
A lot of times on a lazy afternoon, you know, you're out kicking around a lake someplace in your tube or your kick boat. It's nice just to put one of these on and just go kick around, watch the scenery.
That's a pattern that belongs in any nymph fisherman's book. And lots of times that'll be the one that saves the day.
Well, there's the Zug Bug. Peacock sword tail, ribbed with flat or oval silver tinsel. The peacock body, legs of brown hackle. The wing case is mallard breast feather.